Welcome to this tutorial on how to host your website on GitHub for free. If you've ever wanted to showcase your coding skills, promote your business or start your own blog, then you're in luck because, with GitHub, you can easily host your website for free. So, let's get started. Step 1. Install Git on your computer. If you are not familiar with Git before, that's totally okay. Before you can host your website on GitHub, you need to have Git installed on your computer. There are many ways to host a website on GitHub, but in this tutorial, we are going to use Git. Git is a version control system that allows you to track changes to your code and collaborate with others. You can download Git for free from the official website and follow the installation instructions. Step 2. Create a GitHub account. The next step is to create a GitHub account if you haven't already. It's easy and free, and you'll need it to host your website. Once you're signed up, you'll be able to create a new repository to host your website. Step 3. Create a new repository. To create a new repository, click on the plus icon on the top right corner of your GitHub profile page and select New Repository. Give your repository a name, like My Website, and make sure to keep it public so that anyone can see your website. You can also add a description if you want. Once you're done, click on Create Repository. You can also add a README file if required. Step 4. Open your project folder. Navigate to the directory where your repository is stored. First thing I want you to keep in mind, open your project folder in which your files are there. Make sure you have all files in front of your eyes, including the index.html. You have to have an index file in your project folder, whether you have named that home.html or something else. Consider changing that into index.html and make sure your index file name's first letter should be in a small letter, else GitHub will throw an error while rendering your website on the browser. Step 5. And now, it's time to upload our website on GitHub. Open GitBase. To open GitBase, click right and then click on the Show More option, and lastly, click on GitBase. Let me quickly introduce the GitBase. GitBase is a tool that helps you work with Git repositories in a user-friendly way. It makes it easier to manage changes to your code and collaborate with others. You can use GitBase to create and merge different versions of your code, as well as review and track changes made by other people. It's often used with platforms like GitHub to manage projects and host websites. Then, run the following commands. Git init to initialize it. And now press Enter. Now, run the second command. Git status and press Enter. This command shows if your files are added or not. As we haven't added our files yet, so our files showing in red color. To add our files, we have to give git add space and then dot. Now, files got added. How will you know whether our files are added successfully or not? Let's give the git status command again. Now, you can see our added files. It's time to commit changes. To do that, there is the command git commit m first commit. That goes in quotes is a message. You can give any message here. Once you have done that, copy this command and paste it here. You will not be able to paste it by clicking Ctrl+V. To paste it, you have to click right and from here, click on Paste. And then press Enter. Similarly, copy this command and paste it here, and lastly do the same for this last command. Wait for a while. Once it gets completed, close it. And refresh this page. Now you see your files are on GitHub. Step 7. Enable GitHub pages. Now that you have your index.html file in your repository, it's time to enable GitHub pages. This will allow your website to be accessible to anyone on the internet. To enable GitHub pages, go to your repository settings and scroll down to the GitHub Pages section. Under Source, select the main branch and then click on Save. Congratulations! You have successfully hosted your static website on GitHub for free using GitBase. To view your website, refresh your page and wait, or come back after a couple of minutes to the GitHub Pages section of your repository settings and click on the link provided. Your website should now be live and accessible to anyone on the internet.